What's poppin' and welcome back to another video. Today is Sunday the 15th of May 2022 and the app is done. But before we can say that we're finished with the app, or we're finished with the app, but there's stuff around that needs to happen in order for this app to be uploaded to the App Store and approved so that people can start using it. So today we're gonna have to do a lot of random stuff, like there's some bills that have come in, we gotta make some comments and clean up the code a little bit. We got some like random ventures that I want to try. So this is going to be a very definitely part of the starting a startup series, but very disorganized, very random video, but probably quite a lot of fun. We have some stuff that we need to do. Let's get into that stuff now. First off, we got 2 documents in the mail the other day, and it is taxes. Taxes always a lot of fun, love taxes, right? Just watching out so the government doesn't shoot me. So basically we have 2 types of taxes. First of all, we have the taxes from last year, so basically 2020 to 2021 I think that comes now in 2022. It's like 6 months delayed or something like that. I'm not sure why they do that, but that's just how they do it. We have 11,845 Swedish crowns in capital gains tax. So I'm not sure if you call it capital gains when you're a company, but operating profit tax. So basically tax on my profit that I made from that year. I have to pay 11,845. I think in Sweden we have like 31% profit tax. So you can work out how much my profit was that year if you're keen on that. But so this is something which we have to pay, another expense. I had planned for this time, unlike that pink letter I received, if you remember that time. So this one was planned, all good, no worries, but still annoying to pay taxes. This one, another one, this I hadn't planned for. I didn't really know this was a thing. This is something which they call preliminary taxes. How strange is that? So basically, they're taxing me for the period of 1st of May 2022 till the last of April 2023. So basically, this is the 15th of May, like I said, and they're already taxing me for a whole year. I have to pay this each month now until the 13th of May 2023. Which is really strange. I didn't know this was a thing. So they're assuming I'm gonna make the same amount of money, which jokes on them, I won't, because I'm spending all the money on my goddamn app. So I'm not sure how this works, if I pay this into them, if they pay this back to me next year. But it's a little bit annoying because it leaves less cash in the bank that I could have used to grow my app, for example. But oh well, not too annoying. Now we gotta do that. We gotta then pay these 2 bills. We gotta do some accounting, which is always fun, just so we have all of our stuff in order. After that, we're gonna clean up the code. So we're gonna, remove some errors, the stuff that we had, just so the code looks really clean. After that, we're gonna make some comments in the code. So for example, if I don't code for another 2 months, I want to be able to go back, or I will be coding, but I won't be doing the whole app. I'll maybe just be updating some pages, some slides, some widgets here and there. But I want to be able to go back and say, okay, what does this specific widget do? What does this part of the code do? So I'm going to go through all the code now that I still kind of know what everything does. And I'm going to comment out what each section does so that I can follow up on it later on. First of all, accounting. Second of all, fix the code. Third of all, get a drone license, which is a little bit of a curveball. I'll talk more about that later. And then after that, we have some Fiverr stuff which we're going to do. And after those things are done, and I probably, or hopefully, received an order which I made on Fiverr for the description, all that, which I'm going to put on the App Store. We're going to hit the button send, and we're going to send the app to Apple. And we're gonna see, do they approve it or do they not approve it? Can we start marketing it or can we not? Or are there changes we need to make? So let's get to it.
When you feel like it's over and nothing else matters, I know you feel so divided. Pick yourself up again and you better start walking.
Okay, so accounting is done. We've submitted the payments for the app. So now, continually throughout the next 12 months, we'll be submitting a preliminary tax for every month, which is, it's not too much. It's like 1,025 Swedish crowns, which turns out to 12,000 Swedish crowns over the whole period of time. So not too much money, but like still an annoying expense to have. And like, I don't know how they assume I'm gonna be making money, because I'm gonna be losing money over that period of time. But oh well, those little tax people, rats, is what they are. Now let's move on to cleaning up the code, as well as the drone license, which we're gonna take. Let's do it.
This right here, friends and family, boys and girls, is something which I learned way too late in my coding journey. and that is to clean up your code as well as make comments. Because sometimes you take a little break from coding, you take a 2-month break for example, and you don't really know what you're up to, you don't really know what you had in that code, and you forget what a specific function does, what a specific widget does, and all that kind of stuff. So therefore I went through all of my code and I solved all of these little minor errors, kind of cleaned it up, put it into the correct folder so that it can be easily accessed, and so I know which pages are connected to which pages, etc. So this took quite a while because I had quite a lot of errors, but I managed to solve them all, and now we're down to 0 errors, which is always satisfying. Second of all, it's the commenting. As you can see here, I'm just commenting out on the code, writing down, okay, this part of the code does this part of the code does that, so that I can come back to just this specific part in half a year and know what this specific part of the code is used for. This is something which I wasn't really good at the beginning, something I've gotten a little bit better at the end now, because I've started to appreciate how much more helpful it is to have comments on your code, and also because I've read that this is best practice to kind of have in your app in general. So this is what I spent the rest of the afternoon doing. Just kind of took like an hour and a half maybe, because I had quite a lot of code. It's 7,000 lines to be precise, and I didn't comment out every single line, but kind of every widget, every function, every main thing of the app I put a comment on, so that I can easily refer back to it in the future. After this, I had a little bit of a side quest, and that was to get a drone license. After Sweden introduced some new laws in the beginning of 2020, you now need a license to fly a drone. And I happen to have a drone that I got a while back in like 2016, so it's quite old now, but it still works, so you can still fly it. However, I haven't been able to for a while because I haven't had a drone license. So this was the next step where I kind of studied a little bit for a drone license, and then after that I got it. So now the boy is a certified drone driver in the EU, which is always fun.
Okay, what's poppin'? It's Sunday evening, I'm quite tired. I just got back from Sunday League on a Sunday. I started playing football Sunday League again, and it's 9-a-side, which means there's a lot of running, and at this point I'm like 87 kilos and I'm not made to run around a football pitch, so I'm really not good at it. I used to be really good back in the day, but now I just can't play for shit anymore, which is quite saddening. But oh well, on to the good news. Actually now, when I was out playing, I actually got the final Fiverr delivery, which was the whole App Store optimization part. So now we're actually ready to submit the app. So it's 10:30, 15th of May 2022. I started this like August last year, so about 10 months later we're ready to submit the app. So we're gonna do it, we're gonna press the button together since we've been documenting this whole journey. So let's submit the app for review and see what happens. So let me show you quickly what we have. First, this is the Fiverr delivery. It's the keyword research that I bought. I'm not sure who does the layout here and who thought this was a good layout, but oh well. It was kind of subpar delivery. I had to rewrite some stuff, but because there was a lot of grammatical errors, etc. But oh well. So here we have the photos. This is what you'll be showing, kind of like the app preview that we have, or that every app has. First photo, second photo. Yeah, we won't wait for them to load, but you can kind of see them down here. I think they look really good, and the same kind of thing for iPad. Then we have a little bit of a promotional text, a description with the keywords, and then the keywords we have down here. See, now we need to delete a space, which is pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we've added all the other information. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna press save. Then we're gonna go to add for review, and we're gonna click that button, which means that we're submitting this app. Let's see what happens. We submitted for review. Okay, nice. Our first proper real App Store submissions. This is 10 months in the making, and we've finally submitted the app. This makes me so happy. Yeah, really cool stuff. I'm so happy about this. Finally, this is like 10 months later. Now I guess we're just gonna wait and see what Apple says. Maybe they're like, nah, hell no, and then they don't even approve it. Or maybe it's in the App Store tomorrow. I have no clue what this process is like. So yeah, I guess all we can do is wait. But until then, until the next video, which hopefully happens because they hopefully approve it somehow, peace. What's poppin'? So it's a few days later and our app actually just got rejected from the App Store. But not too worried, because this actually app is to be expected. Most apps which get uploaded actually get rejected 1 or 2 times before they're finally accepted. And also we only really have 2 things to fix. One, we need to provide more data about which data we collect, which is really impressive because Apple, they really have like control of how much data you can collect, what you do with it, all of that. So like as an Apple user, that feels pretty good to know that it's so rigorous before you even use an app that you need to know every single piece of data which you collect. So shout out to you, Apple, for that. Second of all, we also need to provide more details about the subscription, so like how often it renews, more, be clear about the price, etc. Build that into the app and the website, I think. So we're gonna get to that this morning. Shouldn't take more than half an hour, and then we're gonna resubmit the app. Let's get to it.
Girl, go make your move. There's nothing left to prove. I know that you will find your love again. Don't be ashamed to cry. Hold your head up high. I know that love will save the day. Love will save the day. When you feel like you're stranded at the edge of the world, I know you've been taken for granted. Give some love to yourself and you better start walk, girl. Open up, just let me hear you talk, girl. You have come to bother me.
Okay, what's up? It's like 2 hours later. I did all the stuff which is on the screen before, where I basically corrected the errors which we had. Well, not really errors, they were more like pointers that we got from Apple. So I corrected all those stuff, uploaded the app to App Store Connect, and then now it's processed, and now we can submit the app again. Okay, and now we've written this nice little message. Hey, I had this error before, and this is what I've done to correct it, so that they can read it and then accept the app, hopefully. With that said, let's press save and press add for review. Let's do it. So let's hope that they approve the app this time. Submit app for review. Your submission has been submitted to app review. Okay, let's hope now that they approve it this time, so that it ends up in the App Store, and after that we can start all of the marketing, all of that stuff. Yeah, nothing more to say here. Thank you so much for watching the video. Let's hope this works. If it doesn't work, I'll probably see you again. If not, please subscribe, leave a like down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.